Summer, SimsEclaire here, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are doing something a little different. This is actually not a house. I know, surprising, but this is a flower shop in Henford On Bagley, which is the world that came with cottage living. And I was strolling through Pinterest the other day, and I saw this really cute greenhouse, like in the backyard of another house. And I initially was going to build the whole house, but then I was like, this is a cute little plot of land back here. Like, what if it was like a garden or a flower shop or some sort of like farm or something? So I decided to go with a flower shop, and it's basically the whole structure is this little tiny building that I'm building right here right now, but then there's a whole bunch of different plots. And my idea was that they probably, like, maybe it was a community garden and all the neighbors and everyone in the community like pitched in and they helped out and they worked on the garden. And maybe for like a family that had lived in this town for a really long time, one of the really cool things about this small town that we got with cottage living is that you can like help out the neighbors, you can run errands for them, and everyone participates in the fair and stuff. So my idea was that this shop was probably like a landmark for the town. It was owned by this really old lady who had been there for a while, but she couldn't really tend the farm anymore, so everyone kind of pitched in and helped her with the land and made sure the flowers still grew so that way they could keep the shop alive. And I thought that maybe it'd be like a cute little, I don't know, kind of like a Hallmark movie if the grandma who ran the farm had a granddaughter who came back to help out and kind of like take over, and then she met someone from like her hometown who she used to hang out with as a kid and they fell in love. I don't know. I was watching Hallmark movies the other day, so I'm kind of just in like a mood right now, but that was kind of my storyline for this building. Obviously I didn't build the house. Maybe I'll build that next. Maybe they have like a family farmhouse that they all have lived in for many generations, so maybe I'll build that one next. Let me know in the comments down below if you would like to see that. I do build a lot of farmhouses, so in theory you could just pick one of mine and it would probably fit in with this storyline, but I wouldn't mind building another one. Right now I'm filling in the plot, so I thought that this land would be thriving and full of greenery and other flowers and stuff. I didn't want it to be barren because obviously this is a flower garden and it would obviously have really great soil, so I didn't want it to be like an empty land with just like the shop in the center. The cottage living pack came with a lot of debug items, like a lot of nice clutter things, so I wanted to kind of use much of that as possible. I figured in a small country town, they would have barrels and buckets and tools and stuff just kind of lying around. The place wouldn't be spotless, it wouldn't be pristine, it wouldn't be perfect, it would be very rustic and kind of uncontrolled. So that's why I also went with the in-ground garden patches instead of the above-ground ones. Even though the above-ground ones would probably make more sense, it would keep more animals out, I did think that this place, since it was probably super old, I did think it would be using the in-ground plots, and that was something we got with this pack, so I wanted to make sure I utilized it. I'm using a lot, like I said, I'm using a lot of the debug items, a lot of the debug plants from cottage living. I just wanted it to look like it was run by, someone of the community, a member of the community, someone who has been around for a while and probably collected a lot of these things. I placed some gnomes around. I thought that was kind of like a cute little detail because I know my grandparents love like figurines. My one grandma loves snowmen, so she has like a whole bunch of snowmen figurines, and my other one loves like giraffes, so there's like a whole bunch of giraffes everywhere. So I thought that this one might really like gnomes and like animal figurines and stuff, so I placed a couple of them outside but also inside as well. Right now I'm going through the debug menu and just placing all of the plants. Now I did send my sim around, you'll see it in the screenshots and probably in the little clip at the beginning of the video. I did send my sim around to plant everything, so if I remember to upload this to the gallery, your sims will have everything already planted as long as you have all of the packs. So because I got all this from the debug menu, I'm not entirely sure what flowers came with what pack. I know a lot of them came with seasons, and also all of the things that I put on the inside of the build came from seasons. I did all of the flower arranging stuff that you got from the flower table. Now obviously that's very easy to change, you can sell whatever you want on the inside. I just thought that was a super simple way to kind of like show my intentions for the tables on the inside, and then that way when you guys download it, you can just pick whatever you want to sell, whether it be, you know, normal flower things from the build and buy menu, or if you have seasons and you want to keep the flower arrangements. But I thought that the grandma probably did a lot of flower arranging. She maybe even did some knitting, and so that's what she sold here on her little farm. And I go through and I'm kind of trying to figure out what flowers I'd already planted, because we don't have a lot of flowers in The Sims unless you start grafting things together, and I wasn't about to go do that for this build, so I kind of went back through and found the most expensive ones and also the ones that I didn't have most of, and I just kind of planted them. So a lot of the flowers are duplicates. Some of them even have 4. I did a whole bed of roses because roses are super expensive, but they're also really nice in the flower arrangements, and they're really hard to come by. So I tried to find the ones that, like, they're better for the flower arranging table. I tried to find those and place them in there so that way it was easier for your Sims to do the flower arranging if you did decide that that's what you wanted to sell in this little shop. And then right now I'm just going through and adding more clutter. Like I said, since the whole community pitches in, I figured they probably left some things around, you know, maybe someone came like right before work, they were tending the garden, then they had to leave, so they left this wheelbarrow around here. I don't know, I just thought it was like a nice little touch. And then inside here, it's very small, but it does fit everything you need. So the only thing you technically need for a retail store is the cash register. So I'm using this bench from Get to Work, and then I'm going to place the cash register on it, and then I clutter up the bench quite a bit. I put flowers, I put a drink tray. I just kind of decorated to make it look like someone is like sitting there. My thought was maybe like a kid was like running the store and they were doing their homework. I used to do that when I was a hostess. I'd do my homework at the hostess stand. So I kind of thought that maybe like one of the town teenagers was trying to make some extra money, so they were doing their homework while running the store. And then I use these base game tables to use like to hold the plants and stuff. I wanted everything to look very rustic. I didn't think anything would be overly polished, and I also thought there isn't a lot of space for like retail items, and I thought that that's maybe why the store wasn't doing as well anymore. So my thought was like maybe when the granddaughter comes back, she starts kind of, you know, revamping things, trying not to lose the original charm, but trying to make sure that the store can survive. But besides that, that is it for this build, so I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all next time. Bye!